What is up, you guys? AngryColt here, back at another YouTube video for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. And today, we're going to be playing some ranked matches with my male Saiyan Mekabetsu, and we're going to be using the new transformation, Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. Now, I'm going to use the Z-Soul. I've been saving this KAIOKEN because if you guys can't already tell, I'm going to be using KAIOKEN moves. And what I wanted to see is, if you pop the KAIOKEN move while already transforming in Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, will that trigger the Z-Soul? Now for the skill set that I'm going to be using, I'm going to be using Meteor Blow, KAIOKEN Kamehameha, KAIOKEN Assault, Divinity Unleashed, and the reason for that is because Super Saiyan Blue drains your ki whenever you turn into it, which is kind of unfortunate because it's a really dope transformation, but I can see why it's in there because it does give you a major stat increase. I don't know what the exact stat increase is, but it does make you do a ton of damage. And for our two ultimates, I'm going to be using ×4 KAIOKEN Kamehameha and ×20 KAIOKEN Kamehameha because, of course, I want to use KAIOKEN ultimates. Unfortunately, there is no KAIOKEN Strike ultimate. I know there's a Strike Super, but there's no ultimate for it. I wish creative characters or Goku would have an ultimate, something similar to what they have in Fighters. That would be pretty cool to see. Especially if you haven't seen Ultra Instinct Goku's ultimate, they could do something like that, which where there's like a little combo, knocks him away, and then goes for an attack. It's doable. It could happen. Who knows? Maybe we'll see it in the future. Maybe we won't. But my strategy for this preset, whenever I am playing ranked with it, this isn't like my go-to with Super Saiyan Blue. I'm probably going to switch the Z-Soul out for probably something like Before Creation Comes Ruin, just to further increase my Ki Blast damage, because if you guys don't know, Mekabetsu is a Ki Blast super build, and using KAIOKEN Assault kind of, I could use it and do some okay damage, but I'd be better off just using a different Ki Blast super, like Gravity Impact or something like that. But yeah, back to my strategy. What I try to do is I knock them away with Divinity Unleashed, and then while they're being knocked away, I go ahead and start charging. I try to charge at least one bar of ki just to get the buff activated, or try to charge as much as possible if my opponent lets me. And then I'll get the buff to where I gain ki very, very fast. And then once I'm able to get their stamina low enough to where I can break their stamina, I go ahead and turn Super Saiyan Blue, so that way whenever it's draining my ki, it isn't that bad. And then eventually I get the stamina break and then land a KAIOKEN ×20 Kamehameha, and it just destroys them. It does so much damage, it's ridiculous. And note that I'm not even using Before Creation Comes Ruin or a Z-Soul that increases my Ki Blast supers. This is just off Mekabetsu's base stats, which is insane. If you want to know what Mekabetsu has in his Ki Blast supers, I have 125 because he's a full-on Ki Blast super build. He has a little bit of base attack, but what I really wanted to focus on was Ki Blast supers, and as you guys can tell, he does a ton of damage. Look at this. This guy still has green health, okay? I get the stamina break off, do a knock away with Meteor Blow, and then go for a ×20 Kamehameha. And just look how much damage I do. He has about 1.5 life left, and now he's just about dead. And before he even has enough time to regain his stamina, I'm able to catch him with the Aura Dash and then go for a complete Y combo. Finish the game really, really fast. Like, this build is crazy. Well, I don't want to call it a build, but this preset is crazy, okay? And note, like I said before, not even using a Ki Blast Super Z-Soul that makes my Ki Blast super stronger, okay? Just imagine if I was using Before Creation Comes Ruin. He probably would have died by the ×20 Kamehameha. This build is insane. It's kind of almost, it feels like golden form, but you're able to use it on a male Saiyan, which is pretty dope because Frieza races are a little bit more difficult to play as than a male Saiyan, but they do have golden form, and I think that gives you the biggest buff in Ki Blast supers in the game. Now, another Z-Soul you could opt for is a Monster Gnome, a Devil, which basically starts you off with max ki, so that way, if you want to turn Super Saiyan Blue right off the bat, you can, or you don't feel like getting your ki up there, it'll already be charged. And also, another thing you could do is probably make a build where, or you could change your attribute points around to where you have more points in ki. So just in case you did use the Z-Soul Monster Gnome, a Devil, you have a ton of ki. Like, I think the max amount of ki bars you can have is 10. But you probably wouldn't have that much attribute points invested into anywhere else. You probably would have like lower stamina. But if you wanted to go for it, you could, because then you'd be able to, sustain Super Saiyan Blue a lot longer. But yeah, right there I just slowed it down to show you guys whenever I finished using the ultimate, how it kind of has like a little bit of KAIOKEN aura. So it kind of looks like you're in KAIOKEN plus Super Saiyan Blue, which is pretty sick. Do you think they should add that transmission for male Saiyans? Like, male Saiyans are already looking pretty strong with Super Saiyan Blue, but then on top of that, we get Super Saiyan Blue KAIOKEN as well. Just imagine that. Do you think they should? Shouldn't? I think it would be dope, but playing ranked with people using that, we'd have to see, okay? Also, another thing you could take into account is Limit Burst. I know Limit Burst is a little bit, cheesy, but I mean, if you took that into account, let's say your opponent uses it, so you went in and popped yours, you could use before creation comes Yuna's limit burst, which I believe gives you an attack up, which would just make you even stronger. Which I'm pretty sure when you use limit burst after you have the Zso pops and the transformation and you land that ultimate, I'm pretty sure that is game. It pretty much one shots, which is insane. I may do another video with Super Saiyan Blue where I use more of a serious, preset, something more that I would use rather than just Kaioken moves. I think ultimates that I would probably go for would probably be like Meteor Burst. That's definitely gonna wreck with this transformation. I think like Final Flash or Final Kamehameha, that's gonna do a ton of damage. And then some super attacks where I can lead into some ultimate attacks like Gravity Impact, Destructo Disc, Murder Grenade, just so I can pull those death combos off while on Super Saiyan Blue and just do crazy amounts of damage. This transformation is very, very strong, and I love how they gave us a new animation for it whenever you transform. It wasn't just the basic Super Saiyan transformation. They gave like a little nice animation, and it looks very clean as well. Another thing you do, I don't have any female characters. Not that I have anything against females, it's just I don't have any. I used to have a female Earthling and a female Machin back in the day, but they just didn't really fit my playstyle, and I don't know, I just didn't really like playing as them, so I deleted them. Now, I don't know if Super Saiyan Blue gives you a bigger buff in Strike Supers or Ki Blast Supers. All I know is just you turn Super Saiyan Blue and it drains Ki because the transformation is so strong. So let me know in the comments down below whether or not it gives you a buff in Strike Supers or Ki Blast Supers or both. I'm not sure, I haven't really tested it out that much. But if it did give you a buff in Ki Blast Supers, to make this even stronger, you could play as a female Saiyan, because female Saiyans, I believe, have they do more damage with Ki Blast Supers than a male Saiyan would. So you go ahead and make a female Saiyan, 125 in Ki Blast Supers, Super Saiyan Blue, before creation comes Ruin, and man, if you land that ultimate attack like Final Kamehameha, Big Bang Kamehameha, Meteor Burst, times 20 Kamehameha, it's over, okay? That's pretty much game, and we're not even counting if you use Limit Burst, okay? The amount of damage you can do is probably going to be insane, which is pretty dope. Because, if you do stamina break somebody, you want to finish them off. You don't want to not finish them off whenever you stamina break them, because then they'll just basically get back full stamina, and if you have low stamina, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage. Now, this build isn't unbeatable. It can be beaten. There's other things out there, It isn't the strongest thing you can do in Xenoverse. There's still a lot of cheese out there. Unfortunately, DLC Pack 6 and the update didn't fix any major issues from what I've seen. They kind of added stuff, but they haven't. They don't really give patch notes out, so you can't really tell if they're like actually, nerfing moves like, Fake Death or Slide, all those OP moves out there that are in ranked. People are using to cheese other people. But, it's not unbeatable. It's a, not an OP transformation. If you still play as a Frieza race or a Namekian, you can still destroy a Male Saiyan easy. They're just basically a Male Saiyan just with a new transformation or a change of hair color. It's not that big of a deal. So don't think it's like OP. Because it does have the Ki drain thing. And if you don't act fast, and if you're not paying close attention to your Ki, and you don't got the Divinity Unleashed buff, then you're not gonna have enough Ki to even do a combo. Because the amount of Ki Super Saiyan Blue does drain, it drains Ki pretty fast, and if you're not paying close attention to it, it will run out. Also, if you only have like 5 Ki bars and you're trying to turn Super Saiyan Blue, it's really not worth it, because by the time it starts draining, as soon as you transform, you won't have enough Ki to do not level 5, I about thought it was fighters, to do some of those ultimates that take 5 Ki bars, because it's draining them, and you won't have enough. So try to have at least more than 5 bars of Ki if you're going to use Super Saiyan Blue. What do you guys think Super Saiyan Blue should do? Do you think it should drain Ki? Should it drain stamina? Should it drain anything? Do you think Super Saiyan Blue is fair? Do you think it's unbalanced? Do you think it needs to go? Do you think they shouldn't have added it? Let me know in the comment section down below. Now, for this final match of the video, this guy was kicking my ass, okay? I'm not gonna lie. I thought I was gonna lose, because he was pretty good with the Male Saiyan. He knew how to do the X, Ys and stuff with the Male Saiyan to cancel out of combos and do the Ki Box cancels and whatnot. So I thought I was going to lose, because this was actually my first game on. I just kind of put it last because it was pretty interesting. So I'm going to leave you guys to watch this. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. I'll probably do another video Super Saiyan Blue using more of a combo moveset, moveset where I can pull off a pretty nice combo and just decimate my opponent. So stay tuned for that. And I got a kind of a funny video coming up soon with Super Saiyan Blue, which I think you guys will find pretty interesting. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 video. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Peace.